Hey guys, my name is Tom from Airsoft, and today we're going to be going over our night vision rental service that we offer at a lot of the events that we end up at. So what I'm going to cover today is exactly what to expect when you go onto our website and purchase a rental. I'm going to go over the different options and what you guys should expect when trying it on for the first time, using it for the first time, so that you guys are prepared when you get on site. So we do offer two main types of night vision. The first main one is going to be a monocular PVS 14 style that you might have heard of. That is going to be a unit like this, which is just going to be a single monocular that goes down over your one eye. So it's going to be like that. This is going to be rented out for $150 for a 3-day event. So anything like your AMSs or anything along those lines that we offer rentals at is going to be $150 for the whole weekend for just the monocular unit. If you would like duals, we do offer dual style units. So we do have this Nocturne Industries Katana. That is going to be rented out for $300 for a 3-day weekend. Outside of that, we do have some add-on options for you. So if you have a friend that has basically a setup that you can borrow and all you need is the base unit for such as a monocular or a bino, you do not need to get any of these add-on units probably. You probably are being supplied with that. So the base price will just be the base price. But if you do need extra equipment such as a G24 helmet mount, or a counterweight, or a helmet, because you might not have a helmet that's compatible with a mount, we do offer those as add-ons for you to purchase. So each one of those is going to be a slight upcharge. So a counterweight's going to be $10, the G24 is going to be around $15, and then the helmet is going to be $20, but it is going to include the G24, so it will come with a mount. As far as the helmet selection goes, we are using PTS Flux helmets, mainly because of the construction of the shroud, because it does have a metal plate in there and it holds it on really well, and this is more of a universal fit. A big question we get asked a lot of times is, do you have a helmet in X color, because I'm on green side or tan side or black side? So we do have a black helmet, a green helmet as an option, and then we do have different helmet covers if we run out of a certain color of helmet. So you will be taken care of. You will not be breaking the rules if you rent a helmet off of us. Moving on from there, I'm going to go into basic operations. Basically, when you get the unit, if you've never used night vision before, I'll go over a few different things. So let's start off with the unit itself. So we have PVS 14 right here. So what we have on this unit was going to be considered a dovetail J-arm. We're using the Noise Fighter AX14 Pro. So you do have a little more maneuverability on it, and you can swing it to different eyes if you want to swing it to your right eye or your left eye, depending on your dominant or how you want to run it. So on this unit, we are going to have a daylight protector. So if you are running it during the day, this will protect it from getting damaged during the day. And then we do have a BB protector on the front and a BB protector on the back as well. We test these BB protectors in-house to make sure that they will stand up to full auto at 1.5 joules, and they do. That's the basics of the outside of the unit. If you have your unit, you're going to look through it on the back side, so where your daylight cover is going to be the front. And then you're going to have your battery housing on a PVS 14. You're going to have your brightness adjustment or your manual gain adjustment right here. And then on the back, you're going to have your switch, your on and off. So it's just literally going to flick on and off, or if you go one more click past on, it will turn on an illuminator for you if you get into tunnel situations or very dark environments where there's not a lot of ambient light. Night vision does need some level of ambient light, whether that's starlight, moonlight, or red light even. So on katanas and Tonto units, so the Tonto is going to be the monocular version of the katana, you're going to have your battery cap also be your on and off button. So this is your battery cap right here, and then this is going to be on or off. You will click it, and then it will turn the entire unit on. That is going to be the same for a Tonto monocular, which we also have as a type of monocular in our fleet. So, but that's the only other thing to go over as far as units in our fleet with a different manual of operations. The only one is going to be our duals and our monocular Tontos. We do have a wide variety of tubes in here, so basically they should be either surplus L-bits or surplus L3s. We do have some Photonis Echo tubes in some of these units. We're going to have a mix of white phos and green phos tubes as well. The only other thing to go over is the adjustment here. So this is going to be your main adjustment on the front, and I'm going to go over that a little bit separately here. So manual operations, batteries and everything, we've gone over. We're going to go over focusing now. So focusing is going to be the main thing that people are going to screw up their first time, which is totally fine. Most people have not used night vision if they're renting. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the cap when it is sunset has gone down. You might still have a little bit of daylight because the sun has gone down, but it's not fully dark yet. Once the sun has gone down, you're pretty safe to start messing around with your unit as long as you're not looking directly at the area that the sun just went down. We're going to pop the cap on the front of our unit. We are going to take a look at it. If it's dark enough out that stars are out, what I generally tell people is to try and find a star in the sky or an object that's probably over 300 yards away from them. That way you're kind of adjusting your focus to infinity, which will work in majority of situations in Airsoft. So what we're going to do for adjustment is we're going to look through it and it's going to look really blurry. And then we're going to focus our front cap until it's clear to the object that we're trying to make it clear to. So whether that's that star that I talked about or if it's like, a tree very far away or something like that. So we're going to focus it to that. And it's still going to be a little bit blurry to us. So what we're going to do is then we're going to take this back ring here on the eyepiece and we're going to focus it even more. And then once we have both of these focused for that object, we're going to go back to the front and just fine tune just a touch. Most people find doing it that way the easiest for them, and that'll get you the most clarity. You want to make sure that when you grab some of these units, you are grabbing the entire front cap here, because if it is not moving, then it is not focusing. Some of these caps, they will rotate a little bit on you. You just need to firmly grab it and just rotate it like that. Make sure when you have it off your head, you can see that gap is forming right there. The only thing with duals is you're just going to have to do it on both sides. So the other thing we're going to talk about is your mount. So like I said, we have our G24 here. There are going to be a few different things to go over with that. This is going to be your G24. Folds down like that. There's going to be a few different points of adjustment on here. The main three are going to be your front and back, which is going to be this point and this point here. You're going to squeeze both and you're going to move that front and back. The next point of adjustment is going to be your up and down. You're going to flip this lever and slide it up and down, and you're going to flip the lever back once you find a point that you like. The third one is going to be one that's often overlooked, but is very critical for getting it in the exact position that you want it on your eye, and that is going to be your angle of adjustment. So this is going to tilt the arm up and down to change the angle at which you are looking at through the tube. When you're adjusting this, what you want to see is very much a perfect circle. You don't want to see like a waxing or a waning moon kind of shape through the tube. You want to see a very clear, perfect circle. And it's very easy to adjust with these and with your arm as well. So your arm is also going to play into it a little bit depending on the distance your eye is from the center of this mount. So you'll play with this, just kind of swinging it back and forth. Slide that in there. You can see that it swings. You'll find that position for your eye, and it'll be pretty self-explanatory once you get it on your head. The only other 2 points on this G24 mount that we are going to go over is the release button that I've hit a few times and the release button for the helmet. So when you go to install your unit, like I said, this is a dovetail J-arm. There is another style of commonly used mounts out there that is called a bayonet style. Rhinos or other surplus J-arms generally are a bayonet style. They will not work with this. You do need a dovetail style J-arm to work with this. So if you are bringing your own equipment, just know that we use dovetails on all of our stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide this on right here, and you're going to hear that audible click. And once it's on there, what I like to do is just shake, make sure it's on there and good, and you're good to go. If you want to take it off of here and put it back in your case, you're just going to press this front button here. It's going to slide right off, and then you can put this back in your case, and you can put this, either leave it on your helmet or you can put it back in the case that it came in. Now, when you're attaching it to your helmet, you are going to have these two buttons back here that slide back and forth. There is a little tab under here that is going to lock this onto your helmet. So what you're going to do is, if this tab is down, you're going to press the other way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find this little lip back here on the back side. I'm going to rock it in, and then what I'm going to do with my fingers is I'm going to press that other button again, and now I'm going to do the shake test, which is literally just shake the helmet, make sure it doesn't fall off. If it's like that, then it's good to go. I want to talk about the helmets a little bit for a second. So these are kind of a universal fit. If you have a PTS Flux, you know that there is not a lot of adjustment on it, other than the chin straps here, which are going to have your general, bike helmet chin strap adjustment here and here, here and here, and then you will have your chin strap. If you have a big head, we're going to take some of this foam out and it'll fit you better. If you have a smaller head, we will have extra foam on site that will allow it to fit your head better. So the counterweights we use are just EOG counterweights. They're fairly inexpensive. They're lead weights. All you do is you just use Velcro, attach it, and what I like to do is, if you can see, it's kind of like there's a little bit of a gap here and here. Just take both of your hands and press it in, and it'll mold. They're lead weights, and you're not doing any damage, and it'll probably stay on a little bit better. If you do want to run Ear Pro, you can just take some of the foam out of the inside of the center area of your helmet, and you can run Ear Pro with your helmet. The only other thing is that each of your units will come in a case, and we will give you that case to keep them in so they stay safe and protected. When you pick them up from us, what you're going to do is we're going to ask for a photo ID and a credit card. You're going to take a photo of the photo ID and credit card, the front and the back of it. We will have that photo on a dedicated device that is only for night vision rentals. It is not going to be hooked up to anything else. We're going to hold on to that information and give you your ID and credit card back. So in case you're at an AO, like a military base or something, that you need your ID to drive or get on and off the base, you still have access to your ID the whole weekend. That's why we do it this way. So we're going to take a photo of it. We're going to hold it for the whole weekend, and when you bring us the night vision and all the accessories back, we're going to visibly show you that we've deleted it off of the device. Outside of that, there will be a waiver to sign. You will sign the waiver on site. If you're worried about the expense of the unit and damaging it, we do offer a $100 insurance package for it. So what that insurance package will do is basically, if anything were to be damaged on the unit, whether it gets cracked, it gets something is missing off of it and it's damaged in some way that you were responsible for, it wasn't like that before you got it or anything like that, there's no worries. If you pay the $100 insurance, there is a no questions asked, so long as we get the unit and as many of the pieces as you can back to us. I know sometimes, if something shatters, you might not be able to find it in the tall grass, but please do your best to try and get as many of those pieces back to us so we can get it repaired. That $100 basically goes towards anything that you would need repaired on it. It will alleviate you any responsibility for covering any of those repairs. Should you not buy the insurance, you will be responsible for that. The only thing that it does not cover is if you do not bring anything back. If you do not bring them back, then it does not matter if you paid the $100. We will have a card on file for you and you will be charged with it. Outside of that, guys, that's basically it. This is how we do night vision rentals. We're always adding new stuff to the fleet, whether that's more duals, other things such as sighting, lasers, or things like that. So keep an eye on what we add, and we will post updates as we add them as well. So thank you, guys. If you have any further questions, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to help you out. Thanks so much, guys. I'm Tom with AMP.